Hey guys, it's Nick, and I'm bringing you another League of Legends gameplay where I play Gangplank. Playing with my friend DeGoodies, as you can see, has just left the game. It's because he's having some internet problems in college. I didn't record when the game was loading up, but he actually had a ping of 999, and I was super worried, but he ends up fixing it, so it's all good. In the beginning of this video, I show you the jungle route for Gangplank that I use. I start with Vampiric Scepter. The rune page I use 2 quints of attack speed, 1 of armor penetration, I think 9 marks of armor penetration, or maybe 8 marks and 1 attack speed. You go with 9 armor seals, and your glyphs don't really matter. I usually go 6 magic resist per level, and 3 magic resist flats. It just kind of keeps it even. You're pretty much good early game and late game, because you don't have to deal with a lot of magic early game really, because they don't really have their items and they're more item dependent, I think. But I mean, glyphs are all preference. What I recommend though is I like 2 attack speed, 1 armor penetration for quints, but I actually recommend 3 attack speed marks and 6 armor penetration marks. So as you can see, I do 1 route, Wolves, Wraith, Golem, making sure to use Smite on the big blue Wraith the first time around. Then you come back with cloth armor and either 1 or 2 health pots, depending on how much gold you have. Get the blue buff, go to Wolves again, go to the Wraiths again, and then you go to red buff, and then you go and finish off the Golems again and go B again. In this video, I'm going to talk about why Gangplank is probably the best overall jungler right now. When I say overall, I mean all things considering. Like, we're talking jungle speed and sustainability, ganking ability, and kind of late game prowess. So to start off, he's got some decent jungling speed. Definitely not the best. I'd put those in probably like Warwick and Udyr. I've seen Udyr do accidentally jungle without any items at all and still be fine. He's just really good at jungling, and Warwick can probably do the same. I've never seen it done though. It's slower, but Gangplank has to go B half frequently, but makes up for it in his incredible ganks. Like, probably the best ganker out of jungle. Like, Amumu might do a little better. No, actually, I'd still probably put Gangplank above. Parlay hits for like insane amounts of damage, combined with his passive, which is a built-in slow, which I don't think it stacks with red buff. So like red buff is already gonna slow more than your passive, but if red buff is down, then your passive will hit and slow anyway. Parlay is on hit effects, so like crits, slows, lifesteal, all that. So that's really nice for ganking. Raise morale, another huge ganking like helper. If you guys don't know, it's his 3rd skill. Passively, it increases his attack damage and his move speed. That's why when I play Gangplank, I usually stick with tier 1 boots for the majority of the game, until I actually really I've got my core build, because he just kind of has natural move speed buff that I don't really need to get tier 2 boots until later. Then the active though is what makes it really incredible, and that increases your attack damage and your movement speed by much more, and then gives half that bonus to all your teammates. So when you're ganking, it really turns the tide of battle around. Like, it can actually like make a 2v3 fight much more fair. And then kind of the gank machine with Gangplank is his ultimate, which is a global ultimate, which you're not seeing a lot of nowadays with Pantheon and TF's ult nerfed. TF can still see everyone on the map, but I think both TF and Pantheon have a 5500 range, which is about 1 lane to another lane. But Gangplank can fire his ult anywhere on the map, as you can see me use it right here. And it actually does a pretty significant amount of damage. Like, you're not gonna just solo a person with it, but you definitely, if someone it gives them a reason to leave. because it can put up, you know, 300-400 damage, maybe 500, depending on how lucky you get with the cannonballs. But it's a nice area of effect slow that really controls them. Like, it's really nice to use and help turn a fight, or just chase down enemies, or like use as kind of like a pseudo Karthus ult. You know, you know where the enemy is, you can't catch up to him. Boom, fire the ult. It's gonna take them probably 1 or 2 cannonball hits to get out of it, before they can get out of it if you use it right. So that makes him a super good ganker. And then late game, Gangplank, since he just gets fed so hard in the beginning because of his amazing gank potential, Gangplank hits like a freaking truck. Like, oh my gosh. With Trinity Force proccing on parlay, it's like an instant thing. You're gonna you add your 150% of your base damage, which is your damage before like items and stuff. So it's gonna be like 150 about, well maybe that's exaggerating, 100-ish, you know. Then the 150% makes about 150. And then you have your parlay, which already gives you bonus damage, and then you like gives you bonus scaling with your attack damage, and then you get the bonus from the actual parlay skill, and then you have your chance to crit. Makes it so you hit insane. Like with my jungling build, I get a Wriggle's Lantern. I build toward a Wriggle's Lantern pretty quickly, starting with Vampiric Scepter. Then I'll get my tier 1 boots, build toward a Sheen, and then instead of building Zeal first, I find he has plenty of movement speed, and you don't really want to be relying on crits or attack speed at this point. So you want to get the Phage first, because the built-in slow is a nice bonus, but the reason I really get it is for the health. Because this is a huge tip if you're playing in solo queue. You want to tank up no matter, like pretty much no matter who you are, because you can't really rely on your teammates too much in solo queue, especially in the lower elos, which I happen to be in. Which doesn't really matter because this is an unranked game, but it kind of proves my point. Like, especially in unranked games, you really can't rely on your team. So a build I really like to build with Gangplank is you go Wriggle's Lantern, Trinity Force, your boots, build Warmogs first, build Atmas, and then build Infinity Edge, and then you want to trade your Wriggle's Lantern later for either a Bloodthirster or a Last Whisper, depending on how your team is. If your team's not as good at kind of like if your tank's not that good at disrupting and you're taking hits anyway, you want to go with Bloodthirster so you can lifesteal. But if they're like keeping the enemy back and you're just kind of free hitting, get a Last Whisper and just melt their faces off basically. So right here, like I show kind of a good use of Gangplank's ult, and that's just like I completely shut off that lane. Like they couldn't turn around because there was no tower on the other side, and they would just get picked off by me and Skarner. So they had to run through my ultimate, taking damage, getting slowed. Talon tried to jump me, I guess, and got picked off. Then we run past the tower. I take a few tower hits, but I pick off Morgana. A couple tricks that I really like with Gangplank, which makes Gangplank ridiculous. One is flash parlaying, which let's say you're out of range for parlay, but you know you can take him out. Flash in with parlay click, like ready to click, or you could even smart cast parlay if you want to. I don't really smart cast too much, but I might do it in the future. Basically flash in, boom, roasted. You just kill that person with your flash parlay. Another thing that people really underestimate is how freaking amazing his W is. Oh my gosh. Removes Scurvy, removes any CC. It's like better than, almost better than Cleanse. I actually think it, in a way, it's kind of better than Cleanse, because it removes any debuffs, like whatsoever, which I think Cleanse only removes like a certain amount. But Cleanse also does have the after effect, which is kind of nice. But then you gotta think about the W is up every 15-20 seconds, you know? So that means Ashe ults, if you're slow to trying to get away, Amumu ults, Galio ults, all those kind of, Nunu ults, all those kind of things, you just, boom, remove Scurvy, get the hell out of there, parlay them some more. And then they're just like, wow, what the hell, what do we do? Like, it's ridiculous. So like right there, look at that. That parlay just took out half of Ash's health, and yeah, Ash is pretty dang squishy, but still, when you can, even if you can like two-shot a squishy, there are not very many champions in the game who could say that. So right there, I get hit with the Ash ult, and you see me just kind of activate raise morale and run away, because raise morale puts your attack speed, or not attack speed, your movement speed pretty dang high. A little tip, I made the mistake, my one death in here came from because I had cooldown boots instead of Merc Treads. If you look at the CC on this team, I really shouldn't have done that. I got really cocky, and even with a score like this, I made mistakes. Like you, I'm sure if you were able to see this whole game, which I would put up, but YouTube's got the time limits, and there's some boring parts, you know, me going B, running back to whatever, you know. I pretty much always recommend Merc Treads. Even with a thing like Remove Scurvy, you don't want to waste Remove Scurvy on slows. That's where Merc Treads really helps. So, I mean, if you want, you can get cooldown boots, or swiftness boots, or even mobility boots to start out. But around level 16-ish, you really want to trade them in for Merc Treads. So right here, I just show kind of some escape methods. Like I have so much health and I'm so tanky that Tryndamere just couldn't get me. And yeah, my teammates helped a lot with their exhaust and all that. But I mean, in this game, I get away like with the hair on my chin so many times. It's good though, because we end up winning the game, and I get a score like 25-1 and a lot of assists. But basically, I just wanted to have this video to show how kind of ridiculous Gangplank is in jungle, why he's banned so much in rank, and that if you kind of want an easy character, like, I hate saying that, but play Gangplank. He's not a difficult character, he's pretty straightforward. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like rating. If you didn't enjoy the video, I guess you can leave a dislike, but if you could, make sure to comment on why you didn't like it and what I can do to improve. If you did like it and you want to leave a comment, that's great too. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. And thanks a lot. I'm gonna put up the score after this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Victory!